Is this the best cheap scan tool on the market? Let's find out. Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Now then, a company called Launch has kindly sent me out one of their scanners for review. Now I am interested to see what this thing can do, because if I had to price this thing in the market, I would say it's on the lower end of things, so it is a budget friendly item. I'm sure this is around £99. Don't quote me on that though. If you want to get yourself one of these, of course watch the review first to see what I think, but if you want to get yourself one of these, there will be a link down in the description box below. But I guess nothing else left to do. Let's get this thing unboxed and yeah, let's see what it can do. Now then, first thing is first. The scan tool itself comes in a nice sturdy carry case, which is a good start. So I guess we should open it up and see what is included inside. Very well packaged, I must say. So we have some user manuals, probably should read them, but we're not going to. We have various different cables. I'm sure we're going to need those. And we have some tea bags as well, or bags of sugar. I'm sure I'll eat those later. And I guess we have the scan tool itself, which I'm sure you're most interested in seeing. It is this thing right here. Has a nice pop out stand slash handle, and yeah, generally feels pretty rugged. It is mostly plastic. Is this rubber? Not sure if this is rubber around the outside, but it feels pretty good. It feels pretty solid. Standard scan tool design. Has a camera on the back as well, which is pretty cool. But I guess we should get this thing plugged in and see what it can do. Now, it's important to note that I am in a BMW, and I'll be interested to see if, with this being a cheaper scan tool, if it can actually read BMW fault codes, or if it's just going to give us, you know, generic P0 codes that, you know, cheaper scan tools generally do give. Now, on other cars, it's not a problem if it gives you generic fault codes, because generally they point you in the right direction. But when it comes to BMW, a generic fault code could just send you completely down the wrong path. For example, on my BMW 130i with the N52 engine, if you use a generic scan tool, you may get a P0 code which comes up something like camshaft position sensor. But the actual fault is to do with the Vanos solenoid, which is the variable valve timing solenoid. So yeah, can completely throw you off. So it's important to get a scan tool which can, you know, give you fault codes, you know, in depth, and actually tells you what it is, rather than just a generic fault code that can send you down the wrong path. But yeah, needless to say, we'll get this thing plugged in and see what it's capable of. Okay, so straight away, as soon as I plugged this thing on, it powered on and it displayed 94% battery, which I haven't even charged this thing, so it must have came fully charged from the factory. Oh, so that's cool. So you can use the touchscreen if you want, but if you have oily fingers or whatever, you can just use the keypad. Works exactly the same. So I just got this thing set up, filled out my Wi-Fi information and all the rest of it. And it's just done an automatic VIN scan. It's found out the car, which is correct, 2007, 3rd month, BMW 525D. Now start the vehicle system detection, I guess. Okay, so this is pretty cool. It just done a complete system scan, I guess scanned all the modules, and it's actually reported a professional looking report, I guess, that you could print out and, you know, give to a customer. If you're wondering why my hand's over it, it's because it's covering my address. So we will just scroll past. And now we can see all of the different modules, and if there's any fault codes with them. And if you're wondering why there's so many fault codes, I've just swapped out a relay, the DD relay, and I'm guessing all of these are related to that still, and they just need clearing. So we'll go into one of the modules just to see what fault codes we're looking at. Okay, so that's what I was hoping to see. We actually have a proper fault code, not just a P0 code, a CED4, and I think this is just relating to the signal to the fuel pump module. Like I said, that relay was faulty, so it wasn't giving a proper signal. Let's go into another. That's normal. Yeah, SZL over voltage. It does give a brief description of what the fault is, but some of these were very vague anyway, even when I, tried to do a scan with ISTA. Of course, PDC fault, so that shows us which parking sensor is faulty, front, center, right, which is good. It doesn't just say that, one of the sensors is faulty, it actually tells us which one directly. That's good. We'll see if we can now clear these fault codes. So yeah, that's just all of the fault codes again. And we'll just go ahead and clear. There we go, that's now all of the fault codes cleared. Very easy to do. None of them actually came back. So what I'm going to do is start the car up and then do another scan and see if any of those fault codes are back. I'm anticipating at least the PDC error code to come back. Engine running. Let's just knock it into reverse just so the parking sensors come on. It will come up an error. There we are, PDC failure. That should now trigger a fault code on the scan tool. Switch the engine off. Now we'll do another scan. Okay, so it's came up with, looks like 2 fault codes. One for glow plug cylinder 5, which is interesting, that wasn't there before. And then another for, same parking sensor, front, center, right. So yeah, very, very decent bit of kit for, reading and clearing fault codes. And that's, I guess we should see if it's capable of doing anything else now. So we'll just end that. Let's see what we can do. Battery voltage. So I guess we can see any spikes or any dips in battery voltage. It's a cool feature to have. Okay, so I guess these are all of the different manufacturers that this scan tool covers. As you can see, there's a wide array of them. We will just select a BMW. I don't think this is really necessary because it did just auto detect which car we had, so it wasn't really necessary to do this, but I guess a summary of the basic functions. So of course, we can read the ECU information, read the fault code, clear any fault codes, read the vehicle running data, which that's an important diagnostic tool, and vehicle component operation test. We have some special functions as well. Apparently we can recode ECUs. I haven't seen that in here yet. Display status of all keys, disable/enable a key, steering angle sensor calibration, and we can do all the service resets as well. I haven't seen that in here. I guess we'll see what happens once we go into this right here. Oh well, look all these features we have access to. So mass airflow meter, smooth running control, so we can check the injectors, we can bleed the fuel system, DD and CAS adjustment, we can adjust the idle speed, compression test, although I don't think you're going to be able to just do a compression test without the proper kit. We can request a DPF regen. Wow, we can reset the ELV fault counter, read the DD measured values, we can replace the DPF as well. So usually, especially on a BMW, you get around 150,000 miles and it will come up with a replacement error code. So you basically just have to reset it. Wow, this is impressive stuff for, you know, a pretty basic scan tool, if I'm being honest, you know, basic in terms of the price at least. Let's go ahead and select read DD measured values. I'm sure we won't need to start the engine to do this. Of course, pretty much all displaying 0 at the moment. Let's get the engine fired up. Now the engine fired into life. Yeah, seems to be reading everything fine. Really am impressed with this. Rail pressure. Yeah, we can see the rail pressure as well. Brilliant stuff. Guys, I was wrong about this. I thought this was going to be a very basic scan tool. You know, I thought it would, of course, read fault codes, clear fault codes, all the usual stuff. I didn't think it was going to have all those special functions though. Like I said, this is one of the lower priced items. This is, you know, I think around the £100 mark, so you can't really expect too much from it, but I'm yet to really find something that I wish it could do that it doesn't do. Yeah, there's a lot of higher priced items out there on the market that probably can't do what this is capable of. You know, very, very handy diagnostic piece of kit, and yeah, I'll definitely keep this around handy because it's a lot easier using this as opposed to, you know, using ISTA-D or whatever. Of course, you have to have your laptop, you have to, you know, make sure that's charged and everything, and that takes forever to load up. I can't stand using ISTA-D at times. It is very good, obviously it's the official BMW software, but using something like this is very, very user friendly, very easy and quick to use. And yeah, I am certainly impressed. I thought hopefully, you know, it's not just going to give us generic fault codes and it's going to give us proper fault codes, but then it went a step further and really shown what it can do. It, you know, it's capable of, you know, resetting a whole bunch of different parameters. It's capable of reading your engine values. And yeah, very, very impressed with this. Of course, guys, let me know what you think. Are you impressed with the capability of this, given, you know, the low price of it? Yeah, let me know down in the comment section below. Of course, if you do want to get yourself one of these, there will be a link, of course, below, as I mentioned. I want to thank you all for watching anyway. I want to say a massive thanks to Launch for sponsoring this video. Please remember to give this one a like, leave a comment down below, subscribe if you have not already done so, and I will see you all in the next one.